Hi, I was just at the flea market today and I picked up a whole bag of G.I. Joe 3 3/4 inch figures. These are vintage figures mostly, and most of them are G.I. Joe, I think. But I bought the whole lot from a friend of mine, and he gave them all to me for about $2 a piece. And he knew that I was going to use them for customs, and I didn't care if they were broken, I just wanted the parts. But I think there's some good stuff in here. Captain Power figure, and some accessories, so let's check this out in this video. Maybe I can make some complete figures out of these, and of course, make some customs. So here's all the stuff on the table, and there's quite a few figures here. I think there's about 57 figures, and we've got a lot of Storm Shadow figures, quite a few. Some of them are yellowed, some of them have broken crotches, but some of them actually have crotches. There's probably like 5 or 6 figures that have good crotches, and they're complete. I mean, body parts anyway. There is some yellowing on this guy, so could probably make a couple good figures out of this. We've got tons of Jinx. There's some really good parts in here. A lot of these Jinx are missing like the logo on the chest. So we've got tons of quick kick. There's something about the ninjas that this guy had a lot of ninjas. So tons of quick kicks. Of course, all the quick kicks have got broken crotches. We can make some crotches though if we want to make some crotches. But like I said, these are for mostly customs. But if I decide I want to maybe army build some of these figures, like the Hiss driver here, the Hiss drivers are actually in really great shape, except they're missing their Cobra logo, so that's really cool. We got a Moray driver here. He's missing his crotch, unfortunately. I might actually have one somewhere. And, you know, we've got tons of figures here. Some of my favorite ones, we have a Mercer here. Pretty, you know, not great condition, but in reality, you know, he just really needs some paint. So that's really cool. I already have him in excellent condition and complete, but he's still cool. And a lot of these figures I wish I had before I started doing my Eagle Force customs, because I could have used a lot of these chest pieces and faces and heads and stuff. And the thing that I wanted out of this lot, I was hoping for, is some more figures with berets, because I need another beret that's a bigger beret. I've got a couple small ones and I tried to use them, but they're just not working. So unfortunately, I don't have any berets in here, but I've got a tripwire here, missing a broken crotch. We have these two guys here. This guy's actually in really good condition. We've got some more parts here. We've got a dusty head, which is good, and a lot of the chests here I'm going to be able to use in my next bunch of customs, especially this guy. I have a really good Eagle Force figure that I want to use this chest for that Eagle Force figure. So that's awesome. I would love to keep this guy because he is a driver, and he's pretty hard to get because it comes with a really big vehicle, but he's missing his crotch, unfortunately. So, but his chest is going to be awesome for a custom. Sorry about my cold, by the way. I do have a cold again, my second cold in 2 months, so it's annoying. But here is a Outback figure. He is in pretty good condition, and I'm really happy to get this guy. I have an Outback figure that I want to make a custom out of, and he had a broken crotch, and this guy has a good crotch. I'm noticing that most of the arms on these figures are not cracked. So that's a plus for most of these. I do have some figures that I have in my parts bin, and they probably have pieces I can use from here to complete those. So that's cool. This guy is going to be I'm going to make him into the Tiger Force UK Outback. So I'm going to customize him. Got some figures over here. We've got a Firefly over there, which is cool. We've got version 3 of Snake Eyes, and he looks in great condition. He's got his backpack, which is cool, and this guy here, another Snake Eyes. Let me see if he's got his, yeah, and he's got an unbroken waist, which the other one had a broken waist, so now we can make one. We've got an Alpine here with an unbroken waist. He looks in pretty good condition. He's a little yellowed, but he's usually, I think, yellowed. We've got a Dark Lawn. We've got a Mutt. Missing the crotch. So, I mean, we got some Ninja Force guys. We got some good stuff. And I'm sure I'm going to be able to make some complete figures or some unbroken figures with these. Like there's Dr. Mindbetter. He's actually in pretty good condition. I don't think there's a lot of paint wear on him. So there's a Dr. Mindbetter. So there you go. So I guess we could make a bunch of figures out of these, but like I said, I'm going to be doing some customs. I've got some Leonard parts here, and over here I also have some more Leonard figures. Here's another Leonard figure. I think these are all Leonard figures. I like this this ninja guy. Unfortunately, he's got broken thumbs. This guy looks like a Tiger Force guy. And then we have that Captain Power figure. He's kind of cool. And what else did I see? Oh, there's actually a G.I. Joe figure here. This guy here, he surprised me. I'm like, what is this? Isn't Leonard or anything like that. And he's got the Hasbro like quality with the plastic. He's actually a 2003 driver. His name is Slipstream. He's version 2 of Slipstream in 2003, and he came with the Conquest X30 repaint. And I didn't even know they made that version. It was kind of like a white with, I think it was camouflage or something like that. So he actually came with that. He's in really excellent condition. I don't think he's ever been played with. And it looks like here that he may have had, because this is a body of the Ace figure, I think version 3 of Ace or something. And Ace had he had a mask that plugged into his chest. And I thought maybe he was missing it, but he's got his mask on. So I think this head is probably its own own version of this mold. And he actually didn't come with any accessories. So this guy's just going to go into my collection. So hey, that's pretty good. So I think I did pretty good. And for the parts and everything, I think it's a good deal, and I'm happy to have these. I've been looking for parts to customize, and I got tons of customizations I can do. And plus, I have a toy shop, and if I get other toys like these that come into the shop that I buy from people that are broken or need parts, then I've got a whole array of different parts that I can choose from to complete figures. So I'm going to get these guys out of the bags and get a closer look at what we've got and get all the figures that I think I can resell that have no broken parts, and get all the other figures to the right that have broken parts, and I'm going to replace the O-rings and see what we can use for customs. So I've separated all of this out. All of this here has broken crotches or are missing parts like crotches and arms or whatever. And on the right, this is all complete G.I. Joes, except for Blowtorch here, but I do have a crotch that I haven't used. I used some of Blowtorch's body for customs, but I found a crotch that's good, so we'll actually be able to make a Blowtorch out of these parts here. We've got all of these figures, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull all this stuff out of here. I'm going to put them in a bag for customs, and I'm going to go through all of this. I'm going to lay it all out, and we're going to complete these figures with new O-rings. Then we'll see what we have here in total and see if there's anything in here that I can actually resell at a show, or I can use as trade fodder. So here's all the figures. Right away, there's some figures here that I'm going to keep for my collection. I already kept Slipstream, that's in my collection right already. I just put it into the collection right away. I'm going to keep this guy. This is a lanyard figure. He just kind of looks cool. He looks like Tiger Force, so he can go in my Tiger Force guys. He'll look good. He does need an O-ring, so we'll replace that. And this is going to go straight to the shop. I'll sell this Captain Power figure just as he is, quite cheap. I already have this guy complete, so I don't need him. So I'll put him over here. He doesn't have an O-ring anyway, so I can't really replace the O-ring. And I have two of these version, I think 3 Snake Eyes, and one of them has a good crotch, and one of them has a backpack, so we should be able to make one out of that. Some of these are super yellow, like this is really yellow, this is really yellow. We've got 2 shipwrecks and one is super yellow, so we should be able to make a good one out of that. We've got this guy, he's really yellowed too. I'm going to keep these guys too. I'm going to put O-rings in them. These are just excellent figures to have in the collection as army builders. I've got a ton of hisses and not enough hiss drivers to go with the hiss tanks, so this will be great to have some extra hiss drivers. Sometimes I like to have hiss drivers in the back too. I'm not sure if this Cobra Commander is going to be worth fixing up. He's missing his face shield. I might just keep him as a custom, but we'll see. So let's get these figures taken apart. Let's get some O-rings in them, and we'll see what we have at the end. So wrapping this video up, we can see I've got all these figures here. They've got their O-rings in them, and they look great. And to make this trade fodder even better, I did find some accessories, some backpacks, and some guns in my parts lots to go with some of these figures. I've got a whole bunch of really great figures here. These are all unbroken figures. Some of them do have elbow breaks. And I had a couple surprises in there, like this Captain Power figure. And then you can see these 2 G.I. Joe cases in the back. Those are all completely full of G.I. Joe O-ring parts. Arms, legs, heads, crotches, chests, all the parts that I need to make some custom figures. And the rest of these figures I can use as trade fodder. I also had a little bit of a surprise also here. I had a couple weapons in here, and here's a food fighter weapon. He was to the private pizza figure. This gun usually I see going for $40 to $60 on eBay, so that's crazy that I had that in this lot, so that was really cool. So this wraps up this video, and I'm excited to get these new customs started and get these other figures that I'm not going to keep. I'm going to keep a couple of these figures like the Hiss tank drivers, but I'm excited to get the rest of these figures in other collectors' hands with the new O-rings in them, nice and tight, and get other people who are missing some of these figures into their collection. So thanks for watching this episode of Toysbackzen. Please like and subscribe to my channel and let me know what you think of this toy haul. Thanks a lot. See you later.